Dealing with uncertainty is always an open door for most of us. So in this video, I want to express myself and let you know how I'm dealing with uncertainty. I'm sure most of us know the answer is to become aligned, one with ourselves. And how do we do that? A lot of us meditate, a lot of us pray, and we have many different rituals and how we choose to come in to the power of who we really are. But that still doesn't change the fact that we are human, and sometimes we feel uncertain. The opposite of clarity, like I'm so creative and I know who I am, I like who I am, my morals and ethics, and I'm open to shifting some of my beliefs, because beliefs create basically your paradigm in the situation that you're in. So I'm always interested in, like switching stuff up and trying things in a different way. But I guess I am not so clear with everything else that's outside of the foundation. Like, I feel like as if I want to live my life more spontaneously, and I just get hit with that very often. Kind of like too much of anything isn't good for you. So by making responsible decisions for a great portion of my life, it has allowed things to be as I believe that they should. But I feel like that's good. But also I feel like there should be a little spontaneity included in there, because I believe that too much of anything isn't good for you, And I believe that, it can get, a little boring. And I'm just not at this point seeing the adventure in my experience. I'm in a place to where I only want to point out the positive things about myself. I am real big in self-help, self-evolution, self-growth, and all of that. For the last 7 years, I have been focused solely on that. Before, I was a woman of the world, and I wanted to have the nice residence and the nice vehicles and the kids to go to the nice schools, and I wanted to have a job or career that would be classified as really nice or high tech, or like worthy, to verify myself as worthy. But now, from time to time, I still feel those emotions, from time to time. But like now, after that, I devoted myself to helping myself grow to be the best person that I possibly can be. And I feel like my awareness of things I have a great awareness of things and about self. And I'm trying to compare my now self that's aware of everything that I am about self to the self that really wasn't aware. I guess I don't know what the differences are. That would have to be a whole discussion within themselves. But like right now, like I said, before I was a woman of the world, and then for like the last 7 years, I have been trying to basically work on thyself and detach myself from the world, because I did that. I've been there and done that already. And then like now I'm in a space to where I want to acknowledge the greatness that I possess. I want to acknowledge the things that I have done good, instead of always trying to say, okay, well, maybe I didn't do that so well. How can I be better with that? So right now, this last couple of weeks in my life, I've been really trying to push out improving, and I've been really trying to focus on acknowledging the greatness that I am. Just like, being in a long relationship and marriage, you start to, question some things, not about your partner, that too, but about yourself. Like, why am I so acceptable to this person, and all of that type of stuff. So I feel like that's pretty cool. So I'm trying to focus on the things that, that I'm really, really good at. I feel like a lot of my confusion has come because I just don't know, and that is what confusion is. But I think it's come from, my mother being gone. I think it's come from not having that guidance, I'm sure. And then, entering into segments, relationships, and different things like that, and you don't have clarity within the relationship. Like, you really don't know where it's going. And then when you say, okay, I'm finally putting my stamp on this, you one day wake up and realize that the other person doesn't know what the heck they're doing either. Like, we're both all trying to figure this out. And maybe I might think that I have it figured out more than the other person. And that's fine and dandy, and that could be true. But if you think you have it figured out and you're trying to make things happen, and the other party is like, okay, go ahead and do that. Do you. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and do that and do you. And not having that support, that structure, like that guidance, I think that has conditioned me in particular to be confused about a lot of stuff. Not to be aligned in certain things. So my mind has to wonder, like, is this real? Is this reality? What am I supposed to be doing? When is this going to fall apart or not work? Asking questions like, okay, what if this happens? And then, on top of that, having the proof that, okay, if shit does hit the fan, you're going to have to be the one to get yourself out of it, because there is lack of structure and goals and clarity within your life. I feel like we're all supposed to co-create, and we're all supposed to add to one another. In hindsight, add to the universe in order to make ourselves complete. I feel like if you don't have something to hold on to add to you, to add value to the person that you are, you begin to feel incomplete. And then you find other things to fill that void. that void that you have, that, okay, I really don't know the whole picture. I don't have the full contents of the story. I'm not sure if this story is even, if I'm even worthy of this story, or realistically, if I can make this story, this fantasy, this idea come into my fruition. I'm not sure of that, you know? By not having that clarity, and not having it ongoing, like for a long period of time, it brings a lot of confusion. And that's just what it is. So I feel like it's very important when you do go to, I mean, I don't think, at the end of the day, you know, you can find the positive out of everything. Like, there could be positives. There has been things that I have learned and all of that through this process. However, I feel like it's important to be, like, nobody's gonna have it all. So I would say be very decisive in picking the mate that you're with. I feel like that's important, but at the same time, I feel like all things are working out for you and your benefit. So whoever you pick, whatever situation you choose, whatever door you choose to open in life, it should benefit you and work out for you. And I feel like, for me in my life, I guess this is going everywhere because that's where I am, but the important part for me right now in my life is to feel free. I need to feel free because I don't feel free. I feel free. I have so much freedom that I have bondage. Okay? I think that it's time for me to exhale financially and just be like, woof, girl, you made it type thing. Like, if you know, you made it. Like, if you need to do this daggone thing, you can do this daggone thing for this period of time. Like, you can do the daggone thing for this period of time, whatever period that would be, you know. So it's time to exhale on that. But it's very hard to look above and beyond when on a regular basis you're faced with, or you see, the flaws or imperfections that continue to hold you down. Like, what are you supposed to do with those? Are you supposed to ignore those and keep thinking about the great things the things that you are really good at? That's an option. Are you supposed to try to fix those things? Focusing on those things to try to cure the problem. That's an option. All of these are options that we have, and I don't feel like any of them is more right or more wrong than the other, because where your attention goes, your energy flows. So by ignoring the problem and the issue, that means you're going to be a happier person, because you're not focusing on that. You're choosing not to focus on that deliberately by ignoring it. And by focusing on it to try to change it, I mean, that seems like you know, that would be very rewarding. It's very rewarding when you see a problem and you can fix it, especially if it has to do with you. Like, it doesn't get any better than that. And the other option was to focus on it and let it drive you crazy. Like I said, all of those are options that we have. But right now, I feel like it's important for me because I've been feeling like I've been beating myself down so much and feeling like I could be a better person only because of my awareness that this is the person that I could be, you know. I feel like for me right now, it's important to build myself up and realize that they love me because I am a pretty cool person. I am a smart person. I am a different person. I am lovable. They like me because they know that I'm loyal and trustworthy and predictable, maybe. Or he thinks that I'm still attractive after all these years because somehow this is our version of perfection. Even though I can point out the flaws, he's okay with it, so why can't I be okay with it? And just different things like that. I have a lot of great qualities within myself. I have some really cool hobbies. I am educated. I am fun. I am spontaneous. I am well thought. I am open. I see things that other people don't see. I am willing to be different. I am unique. My interests are pretty cool. It shouldn't be uncomfortable for you to praise yourself. And I feel that this is where I have to create the balance for myself because there's been so much writing on making myself better that I haven't really checked to see if I am better. And then if I have checked, the times that I have checked to see if I am better, there's always something else to evaluate and try to fix and understand or overstand, and it's always a continuous flow. Well, that is a part of evolution, evolving, expanding, growing. It's an intricate part of it, but also what about acceptance of the good? What about acceptance of those great things and the things that the person that you've become, or the wonderful things about you? What about approval? Giving yourself a little approval. These are my thoughts. Oh, I just saw the Texas State bird, Carnahan. Interesting. Thank you guys for rocking with me and rolling with me. This is where I am. Until next time.